Hi, everybody. This is Mihaela. This is Andrea Berecaus Academy. Welcome to our business class. And we're speaking English only, and we will learn today a little bit of legal English, some useful terms that you would use or you would encounter if you have anything to do with the court. I have Edward with me today. Hi, Edward.
Hello.
Hello, and hello to everybody at home watching us. And I will share my screen. As you know, I have prepared the PowerPoint, a little presentation. I will share my screen and we will work together on the terms. And also we have one exercise to do. So it's not working very well. Okay, I hope you can see it. Edward, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, great. So the terms that we would talk about, there are useful terms in legal English about the court of law. And if we move a little bit further, then we'll start with a term called damages. And damages can mean basically the same thing, but in other context we change a little bit the meaning. But in legal, we talk about a sum of money as a compensation, and the court orders as a compensation for the person that suffered the damages. So in Romanian, that would be daune. Okay, but damages can also mean something else in a different context, like physical damage to a certain object or to a building, to a car, to any type of ownership. Our next term, appeal, which is the application to a higher court in a case decided by a lower court. So for example, if you go to a local court, let's say, and you are not happy with the result, then you can make an appeal to a higher court. So it's for re-examination of a case. Okay, Edward, if you have any questions at some point, you can please ask me, okay?
Okay, so far I understand.
Okay, great. Now in Romanian, apel sau recurs to hold, in legal it would mean to make a decision. In legal proceedings would mean in different processes or in different activities, legal activities. So specifically for the legal English, to hold is to decide, care și în română ar fi a decide, but we know that the verb to hold in other contexts would mean something else, a ține, a avea, inclusiv a aștepta, a reține, la fel. The next one, to be entitled, would mean to have a right to something, and in Romanian is pretty, I think it's pretty straightforward, de a avea dreptul. Okay, to be entitled înseamnă, sau entitled înseamnă drept, to be entitled, de a avea dreptul. To dismiss an appeal, we have the word appeal a little bit higher, which is to appeal for re-examination of a case. And then to dismiss would mean to reject or not to accept an appeal. The word dismiss here would be the important word in this phrase, okay, because we already know appeal. So to dismiss, to reject, or not to accept. Și în română, a respinge un recurs sau a respinge un apel. Then we have to sue, to take legal action against someone in a civil case. În română, a da în judecată sau a acționa în instanță. I think to sue is a pretty known word, and I think we've all heard it before, and we know what it means. Edward, is there any word here that you need extra explanation on, or is there anything that you didn't know before?
Before I didn't know what to hold meant in legal terms, but I think I already knew these terms before.
The other ones. Also, to dismiss in a different context would basically mean the same thing, to reject, right? As
Yes.
I mentioned before. Okay, we'll do a little exercise now. So what you have to do is you have to match the terms 1 to 6 with their explanation A to F. And later on, I will also show you the answers, but I'll give you a little bit of time to go over them, like about 20 seconds. I think that would be enough just to make sure you get some explanation for these words. So I'll set a timer, okay?
Okay.
I think we need a little bit longer than 20 seconds. That was a little bit fast.
I think I'm finished with this task.
Okay, great. I'll show you then the results. Here, I matched them. So tell me if you have any questions.
Okay. For the third and fifth word, I wasn't so sure, but I managed to guess it right. The rest of them, I managed to get them all correct.
Oh, so you switched to 3 and 5. You swapped the meanings, or you did everything right?
No, so I did everything right, but 3 and 5, it was more a guess that was right.
Okay, I understand. Well, that was a lucky guess. I hope that everybody at home could also do the exercise. I guess that there are some words that might not be known, like plaintiff, which is the person who brings an action in civil law. So let's go over the terms a little bit. The first one, crime, which is an illegal conduct for which a person may be prosecuted or punished by the state. Oh, I see here a little mistake, by the state. There's an extra U there that shouldn't be there. That's a typo. So we have illegal conduct. Conduct is a synonym for behavior. Okay, so when you behave unlawfully or illegally, then you will be prosecuted. Prosecuted would mean brought into court or brought into court or sued against a certain behavior that you shouldn't have done. To deliver judgment, then it means to give a judicial decision, that is to actually make a decision in court. The plaintiff is the person who starts an action in civil law against another one, against another person. The injured party is the person who has suffered harm, damage, or a wrong. A wrong here, of course, is something bad that happened to the injured party. Now, the delict is an international breach of international law by an international person. So it all happens in an international context. And I want to remind everybody now watching us, that has been watching us maybe from the very beginning, or even if you haven't watched us from the very beginning, since we started doing these business live classes, at the beginning or among the first of our classes, we had another legal class with terms that were maybe a little bit easier or a little bit more common. And we also have the word breach. If you can go back on the page, you can find the class for sure, and you'll see what breach means. Edward, do you know what breach means?
In legal terms, to breach is to not follow something. For example, to breach a contract, to not follow what the contract stated.
Yes.
And the other meaning is in the police force, to breach a door, to take down a door, to destroy it.
Yes. Okay, very good. Then we have the last one, defendant, which is a person who defends a civil or a criminal action. I guess that some of these words are known we've kind of encountered them maybe in different contexts. If we also have a little bit of knowledge of English or a little bit of exposure to English. So this is that for our terms. We have now a group of terms, which is the first part of another group of terms that we will do in a different class. And it's this one. These are terms that we would use in contracts or in official documents, even if the official documents come in the courthouse or in between parties that set up a contract. So we would definitely use these terms. We have, Edward, can you read them, please?
Hereafter. Do I read the meaning?
Yes. Also the Romanian part.
Okay. Starting here, de aici încolo, în viitor. Here and after, starting here and continuing. De acum încolo, în continuare. Herewith, with this. Prin aceasta, alăturat. Herein, here, with this. Aici, în cele de față, alăturat. Here to, up until now, până acum, la acestea. Here under, for this, below, în virtutea acestui fapt, mai jos.
Okay. Well, as I said, this is a group of words that we would use. The first group that we are talking about, and we will talk about another group of words which are similar to these ones, but in a different class. And now I'm going to go back to the first slide, to this one, and I would ask you, Edward, to create about 3 sentences, let's say, with some of the words. Is that okay? Okay, just a few, just 3 sentences. So let's say, let's create a sentence with the first one, with damages. A sentence in English, of course.
I'm not really sure what to use because I didn't get enough time to memorize the words, the
You don't have to
expressions.
memorize them. I show them.
Oh.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the words, all the words from from our first slide. So it's damages, a sum of money to be paid as compensation.
Okay. So hereafter, all the damages must be paid for.
Paid, sorry, that's another typo. Paid for. Great. Okay. We can also write these in comments. I'll write them afterwards. Okay, can we make then one with to be entitled?
Here and after, the father is entitled full jurisdiction of his son.
Okay, great. You're doing great. Well, can we also, instead of, if we don't use jurisdiction of his son, do you know the legal term for this action?
No, I don't know.
You might actually do it custody.
Custody, okay.
Okay, and let's use a sentence with to sue.
Can you turn back to the previous expressions so I can get a look again, please?
Sure.
Herewith evidence. No. Herewith present evidence. I am going to sue this company.
Here with the present evidence, I am going to sue the company. Okay, that's a very good sentence. Okay, I can stop sharing now. Okay, well, these are the legal terms for today. I know they're a little bit more specific than what you've already known before, and I hope that everybody at home watching us can take a very good glance, let's say, at a very specific very specific group of legal terms. I hope they were useful. We will do more of the legal terms because there's a lot to cover, and we would also do a little bit more exercises. Edward, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
And well, I will wait for you in a different classes as well. We will also have marketing and management and sales and negotiation. And we have some previous classes as well that maybe will be useful for you for your studies. So I encourage you then to go back on the page and look them up and watch them. And then if you have any questions or suggestions for us, please tell us. We will be happy to accommodate any of your suggestions.
Thank you very much. I hope that I will get to participate in the future classes.
Well, every other week on Mondays at this time at 1:30, we have a business class, and you can just inquire previously, see what the subject, what the topic is, and if you are free and if you have time for it, then I would love to have you here.
Okay.
Well, thank you. And for everybody at home, thank you for watching us. And I hope you found it useful. And I also encourage you to do the exercise, to pause the class. If you watch it afterwards, pause the class and do the class and do the exercise by yourselves, and then see the matching, the definitions. And then maybe you would also do some sentences. You can also write on comments the sentences that you make, and if there are any comments from our part, of course, we will let you know. But remember that in order to remember vocabulary, in order to study vocabulary, you have to use the vocabulary. So the way we do it now, it becomes passive vocabulary, but then if you actively use it, it becomes active vocabulary. So then that means that you can use them, and whenever you find yourself in a situation to use these words, your mind will definitely withdraw the vocabulary from your storage. So that means that you will be able to use these words, and you have to do this with all words and all expressions. So then this is it for today. Thank you, and have a good day, Eduard.
You too.
And have a good day, everybody. Bye.
Goodbye.